It looks like yesterday we did these black lines are where that new week opening gap were, and we exited around like 400-ish, targeting like the center, and I had a stretch goal of this 333 level, and what do you know, we hit it at 3:30 p.m. Could have held on to that sucker all afternoon, but my patience wouldn't have allowed me to do that, and it's nice just seeing that I was seeing the market clearly. These rectangles are new day opening gaps, and I stretch those out based on ICT's recommendation, however far this is. So for this one, it's from June 1st through June 26th. And then new week opening gaps, I stretch out, or I will be stretching out, I think it's 90 days. So this one started on May 30th and it goes out to July 24th. That's from his recommendations. I think he holds them even longer, but he says for newer people, that's a good enough time frame for the market to trade in those areas. Could see us going at least to the midpoint of the new week opening gap between 333 and 438. Kind of want to see how it respects that area when we get up there. Yeah, other than that, just waiting on swings to get taken out by fair value gaps. I guess when so trading used to be exciting for me. Sometimes it still is, but that's when I know I'm letting my emotions get a little too high. I need to keep those dialed down. And if you have a strategy with proven setups, I guess it should be boring, and you should just be sitting around waiting most of the time, not trying to figure out the market. Let the setups present themselves, and the setups will tell you where to enter and where to exit, and then just take those. And if you're profitable, great. If you're not, either you're not taking your setups or your setup needs to be adjusted. Got a fair value gap, breaking a swing high. And we are halfway between the new week opening gap. So we could be reaching up to like 1440-ish, possibly. I don't want to see it come down a little more, maybe to like 80 if I get in. I don't want to get in closer to 90. Scale down if we get in, because it's kind of a big stop. I'm gonna just probably kill this because this doesn't seem right. That was right around the halfway point of the new week opening gap. I shouldn't have probably taken a trade there, because going into this, I was thinking that we'd probably get some resistance there. So I needed to just be a little more patient and wait. Now this is a gap if we can get it. Break and swing lows. I could see us going down to like 30, coming up. You know, psych people out thinking that that's support. Come back up into this gap. Take a short, rip down. I think 290 would be a potential. I want it to come up into this one. did move up pretty quick. It's just not going to work today. Why are these not working today? That's kind of frustrating. Am I, I think I'm starting to overthink them again. I believe this swing needs to be taken out, and there needs to be a fair value gap, like, within it. We're just chopping too much. Plus, I really need to wait till after 10. Because look what happens when I don't. Maybe we're just going to obey this fair value gap back at 8:30. I'm going to wait a little bit though. I'm not freaking jumping into more trades to just get chopped up. Well, I've been sitting through this whole move just waiting. There wasn't really anything except I guess this was a setup right here. Right, not I guess, it was a setup. There's two fair value gaps taking out this high plus all of these little swings. I didn't take it. I took 2 trades. Obviously, you saw I took 2 trades prior to that. Just wasn't really trusting price action today. It was pretty crappy. That looks like it was really our only opportunity. There's a little one that I don't know if I would have. It's kind of like what I was taking back here, but after 2 red trades, just started to not really trust that this setup was going to work today, which is perfectly fine. I'd rather sit and not take any trades and just monitor the stock market instead of risking even more than what we've given up. So it looks like this was really our only good opportunity that I did not take. The other reason why I didn't take it when it was forming, I honestly can't remember if I've already talked about this in this video, but on my TradingView chart where I've been tracking the week opening gaps and the day opening gaps, we're in this week opening gap right here with these black lines, and that move that I was just pointing out is right here with these fair value gaps. Yeah, it was a setup, but at the same time we were right around the midpoint, the halfway point between the high and the low. I just didn't trust that we were going to keep going to the top. I thought that there's a possibility we would get some rejection here, and I just wasn't really willing to take another risk after 2 losing trades. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think that the trades I took were good. They were setups. Have a fair value gap, taking out swings, taking out these highs. The gap is right, like the high is right in the middle of the gap, so got in on that test right there, and we just ripped down. Luckily, I didn't keep my stop at the bottom because I kind of sensed that this wasn't working out, which is how quick that move was. I would expect some resistance like at the halfway point between the low of the gap and the high of the gap. We didn't get that. It moved pretty quick, so I believe I made a good call there. Obviously, in hindsight, I made a good call. Otherwise, we would have got stopped out for another like 10, 15 points. And then this one, I mean, at the time of these 2 candles forming before you see the right side, I mean, we do have a small gap again. It's one of those ones where like you're squinting, but I just thought that that was maybe an indication, taking out these swing lows, all these swing lows, that we would move to the downside. Part of the reason I thought that is that this price action was so garbage this morning that I'm like, this does not really feel like we're going to be climbing. Like, it's so choppy and it was so slow. Here's 9:30 and then almost to 10. So for the first 30 minutes, it was so crap. So I took it and obviously didn't work out. At least on this one, I waited for it to get up to this fair value gap instead of trying to take this one down here. Kept my stop where I needed it to be. Just didn't work out. Obviously, hindsight will show us that there were a couple other opportunities, but I just wasn't trusting it after that. Had I waited till 10 to even take a trade, maybe I would have taken this one. Maybe. Got in at 98. I would have had to put I think I would have had to put my stop. I probably would have put it way down here, so like 30 points. So I'd only have a couple contracts, but I don't know how long I would have sat through this. I mean, we're not doing anything. Could have got the 20 points out of it. I don't know if I would have taken that though, coming off of a red day yesterday. But like here's a fair value gap taking out a swing high, and we never came to test that for the entry right there. Same thing up here. Well, that one's not really, we didn't take anything out, so in my opinion that wasn't an entry. Yeah, as of now, I don't know if I'm gonna trade this afternoon. Obviously, if I do, then I'll throw it in this video and I'll just wait on uploading this. But if this is the end of the video, let me know how you guys did. Curious to know how your guys' strategies worked in this chop. It's a pretty tight range moving up, so you could have obviously shorted the tops, bought the bottoms. But that's not how I'm trading, so we ended red as of right now. We've got like a baby fair value gap. We came down and tested again this one back here, which we've hit a couple times. If we continue looking on like the 1 hour, I would be targeting this area up here, 520, and then possibly like 550-ish. But we'll let it play out. The 5 minute came down and tested better entry on this fair value gap right here. That was that move just now. That would have been a better entry, clearly. Kind of worried if this 15-minute candle closes red. Might not look too good. Maybe this was just a little pit stop before we continue ripping up. But we need to look at exits. I'm really curious to know how it's gonna behave with this at 509. If we get there. think if we get past that, we have a good chance of going up into the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Take a couple off. Just take 3 off. Put these at break even. I wanted to just hold on, but I can't. Not thinking. I don't think this is going anywhere. It's times like this when I wish I didn't do that. I could have just exited all of them, but I mean, it's okay. I secured profits and the trade wasn't a losing trade. I just need to get it through my mind like that's if I'm going to do that, that's part of the plan. I'm not getting all 5 contracts at the most with the most amount of points. I'm looking to spread it out with the hopes of the few times where it does run, I can squeeze out some extra. I was in the middle of putting the video together and I did end up taking a trade this afternoon. As you can see, got in back here on this fair value gap, breaking past these equal lows, swing lows, all of the above. Stop up here, we came up pretty close to it and then got another move down, breaking this low. So trying to see if I can hold on a little bit longer. It would be great if we get this whole move back this afternoon. 5 minute looks good. Little fair value gap, break and swing. 2 minute fair value gap, break and swing. The fact that we have another entry on the 2 minute makes me want to hold on a little longer. Actually, my entry now is about where this is, even though I got in way back here. Really targeting this. Trying to wait, but I don't know. I took those 3 off just to secure, you know, we're in the green. Our closed P&L is $11 in the green. We got 2 open. I want to see this keep going. Came down, taking out any stops right here, so that may be where we stop at on this fair value gap. I don't know. Give it a little bit more time. Come on, you can keep going. Drop that at 30. Now I want to see this swing low taken out. Nope. As soon as if I just start thinking about exiting, I just have to exit. Oh man, what a day. What a freaking day. Sorry you guys didn't get to see the beginning of this, but I was really trying to get this video edited. But glad you caught the end of it. Who knows? This could keep going. It could reverse. Nobody knows. But I was thinking earlier about how bad our price action was this morning, and I was wanting to just give it up and wait for this afternoon. Should have done that when I thought about it, because the last couple days we've been doing a lot better in the afternoons than in the mornings. I feel like I got too much riding on me in the mornings, so I really need to focus on my mental game in the mornings. I know everyone is trying to do that as well, but we'll get there. We just got to keep trying, keep learning, and don't give up. Let me know what you guys did, how you all fared after today's crappy price action, and talk to you all in the comments.